What's slicing, everybody? Chris back with CAC Knives here with another knife review. Today I got a what's a personal grail find for me to show you guys. This is my first CH knife ever, maybe the only one I ever get, just because a lot of their models kind of reflect each other in some ways. But this is the CH knife Emperor, as you can see there on the back spacer there. It says Emperor, with kind of a unique titanium finish, and we'll go over that. This knife is something that was available on White Mountain Knives very, briefly. It got sold out pretty quick, especially when Love Them Knives posted his YouTube video on the knife, and people found the bronze. The bronze sold out quick. The titanium you can still find in some places. You can find both versions on AliExpress, though, I personally don't want to order anything off AliExpress. You want to risk that, that's up to you. But when I say it's a grail find for me, I've been wanting this knife for a long time. Bronze like this is something kind of unique in my collection, and bronze done this exact way isn't on very many knives. I did buy this on the secondary market. I got mine for $100, which is a steal in my opinion. It does have some minor areas of use, but they're very insignificant to me. When they first came out on White Mountain Knives, I think these were $160. So in that case, I saved 60, but I did see one of these sell on eBay 2 months ago, this exact configuration, for $200 plus 12 shipping, I think, which is pretty ridiculous for somebody to charge for shipping for a knife. But it did come with a nice, simple box that a lot of knives come in. But anyways, let's get into the knife. This thing is a beast. Let's go over everything that makes this thing a beast. It has a full bronzed titanium handle with very large but very, very gorgeous Timascus inlays. Oh, very, very bright, vibrant blues, lots of orange going on there. And later on in the video, I'll turn the light around so you can see it in some different lighting, though I think it shows up better Timascus anyways with the lighting this way. Stainless pivot rings, but full titanium handles, full titanium back spacer, full titanium pocket clip, which I will admit, this side is, you can kind of even see it on the top there, this side's less bronze than this side, which isn't a huge deal to me. I don't know if this just happened over time where this is a used knife, or if they all came this way, but I'm honestly fine with it. I mean, it kind of gives the knife a little bit of character here, having two different shades of bronze on it. Pocket clip functions very well. You hear the click, right? Remember what I said this in a previous video. Titanium clips can be done way too strong, or they can be done just right. This one's done just right. You hear the clicking? Yeah. If I can pull it up like that and make it click, it is not too tight and will go into pretty much any pocket without destroying it. It looks kind of ugly, but it is pretty functional. It does have kind of two lanyard holes, and kind of what I think their goal is since this is such a large knife, it is a large knife, and you'll see that here in a minute. But since this is such a big knife, they wanted to reduce some weight. So they just milled out two sections on each side, and it did a very good job balancing the weight. Now let's get into this blade. Oh yeah, has a very nice blade on there. I can't really tell if it's satin or a little bit of stonewash on there. I can't tell, but it's an s35vn blade. Has been tested. Their steel has been tested. CH knives came out okay. So I do 100% believe that this is s35vn. It was tested by Love Them Knives. I'm sure you can go find that video on his channel somewhere, but I watched it myself. So and he does outsource his knives to figure out what blade steels they're using, and this is real titanium as well. They did anodize the pivot colors, which is really the only huge negative about this knife, and we'll get into that, but they kind of anodized it pink and blue. I'm not really sure why. I mean, if they wanted to try to match the blue of the Timascus, then that is okay to do all of it blue. Not sure why they did pink on the end. That's kind of the only dumb part about the knife. Another dumb part, which is pointed out, I noticed when I got it, has, it's so hard to see on camera. It has a very slight recurve. Do you see that? Like most blades that are shaped like this just come out and they curve up. But this blade curves inward on what's called a recurve, which makes them very difficult to sharpen, which is kind of unfortunate. Though luckily it is s35vn, so you know, sharpening it shouldn't be too difficult. And for the price, this thing, even at the $160 price point, even at $200 price point, heck, you could probably sell a knife like this. You know, if this was Best Tech or, you know, who else? But I'm just going to use Best Tech because Best Tech has a few knives that are full titanium with just some Timascus, I'm sorry, pivot collars. And those knives range, the cheapest one I've seen was like 400 and some, all the way, you know, without a Damascus steel blade, they can go in the 600s. So, you know, for $160, even $200, full titanium s35vn, Timascus pivot collars, done very well with very nice collars to them. Done this well, 100% worth its price. 100%. Like I said, it was used. I mean, you can see that the ring there is kind of broken on this knife. You can't always see it on every knife, like the track where the knife goes. You can see I gotta clean it out there because where it was used, which I have not done yet, but has minor wears of use on the blade, though he said that came like that from the factory, which it very well might have, but still, you know, for 160, you know, to $200, of course I got it for 100, but I'm using the listed price that they had when it came out. For that amount of money, for what you're getting, this thing's crazy. Absolutely nuts. Just to really show you, like, how big this knife is, like, especially for its price. Let's bring out the ever so popular QSP Penguin. And let's bring out another in a similar line, the QSP Hawk. As you can see, I mean, the Penguin itself is, you know, I'd consider it a pretty decent sized knife, probably average, normal size for EDC knives. Same with the Hawk here. As you can tell, the Penguin and the Hawk are literally pretty much the exact same size. And the CH knife has a longer blade, longer cutting edge, longer handle. I mean, and the handle's curved, which technically gives you more to grab. The blade's curved, which gives you more cutting edge, but it makes it more difficult to sharpen. And look how much of that handle's still sticking out behind my hand. Like, good grief. So yeah, that's a lot of knife for the price. You don't see anything sticking out on these two. Let's compare it to a couple other, one full-sized and one more long. I did a review of this knife last week. This is the Turns M390 folder in gold. I'm going to be starting to do a new thing, kind of called like Knife Wars or something like that. I haven't called the name of it yet, but these will be my first two, because the similarities of these knives are, they might not look the same, but in materials, they are very, very similar. Both function very well, and both, you know, larger or longer, and both made in China, both not as well-known brands. I think it'd be a good knife battle. Heck, they're barely any difference in length. Turns knife still longer, but not near as, what was the word I used last week? Girthy. Let's just get a couple other knives out here real quick. We got the Finch 1929 and the s35vn Backlash. I do have some awesome new knives coming that are more frequent. I have my own customized Paramilitary 2 coming, my own very customized rat coming, which I'm going to call the zombie rat, and you guys are going to find out why when it comes in. I have a 80-20.5 coming, as well as a Kershaw Leak, all customed to me. The 80-20 is not going to be too custom yet, but trust me, in the future it will be. As you can see closed, the CH knife is almost as big as the Finch knife open. Of course, the Finch knife is, you know, it's modeled kind of after like a Barlow, I think is what they're called in traditional folders. And this Finch knife is very awesome. Honestly, it's given me a very huge open eye to Finch. And I will get more models of Finch in the future because of how well this knife has performed since I got it. I absolutely love this knife. But on to the one we're talking about today. The action is superb. It has to be on bearings. Has to be. Like, yeah. Did hit the table a little bit there, but yeah, it is butter smooth. Drops straight shut. Absolutely recommend this knife if you are able to find it on eBay for even $200. I think anything over $240 might be a steal, just because when it was originally sold, it was only about $160. So anything over $240 may be a steal. I know that's an $80 upcharge, but guys, s35vn blade, bronze titanium handle, Timascus inlays, large Timascus inlays at that on both sides. Titanium clip, buttery smooth, good lockup, you know, good action. Terrible thumb studs though. That is the biggest negative for sure, is those thumb studs. Wow, they are sharp, they hurt. I am not going to do them on camera because I'm going to tear my fingers up. I cannot reverse flick this knife because it will cut my fingers. It doesn't look sharp, but guys, these things are finger slicers. Luckily for me, I knew that before I got the knife. I knew that from other reviews of the knife. So thank your other YouTube channels for warning me about that. But yeah, this thing is absolutely amazing for the price. And they do have a normal titanium version that is not, sorry, there went into low power mode. That is not a not bronzed. It's just regular plain Jane titanium, like the Delica here. You know, it's just kind of like this color, maybe a little more silver. But they do have that available, and there actually is one on eBay right now on sale for the same guy that was selling the other one. It's $200 plus shipping, I think. So if you want to check that out, there's one of them on eBay right now, and that's it. It's the only place you can buy them. Like I said, I got lucky. I follow some knife groups on Facebook. A guy was selling it on there. Good seller, luckily. Sometimes that can be scams, but yeah, I do highly recommend this knife. This video is going to be popping out on Thursday. I'm kind of a day behind this week. Had a very busy week. I'm going to be having a lot of busy weeks here soon, so if I get a little behind on videos, be patient with me. But this will be dropping Thursday morning, and I'll have my first knife battles video dropping Saturday morning. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for today. If you guys could help me out by liking and commenting down below and subscribing, tell me what you think of this knife. Is this I'm going to be hard-pressed to find somebody that says this knife ain't worth $100 or even $160. Some of y'all might think $240 is a little steep. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like seeing these finds that I get and you like seeing all the customization that I do with my knives, subscribe. I got a lot more to show off. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.